up from Funko Pops, myself, Miss Emma MM, I started collecting solo 1 year ago in July in the Baltimore Harbor, by the way, on a trip to visit my little sister with Cal Drogo and Khaleesi or Daenerys. And then I actually did not collect any pops for a long time. I even tried to sell those before I moved to Florida because I needed money to work at Disney for the DCP. And now my beautiful boyfriend is going to join me and explain more of the origin story of the giant pop collection that is now on this stand that I bought from a nice young gentleman who was coincidentally moving to Florida.
Pop figures, pop figures, pop figures. Where do we freaking begin here, huh? Well, let's start with the two ones. Interesting enough, the two ones that Miss Emma decided to get were the Khaleesi and Khal Drogo. Khaleesi, Khal Drogo. Those were her first pops. Game of Thrones themed. Mine was actually at Philadelphia Comic Con. Great place to be. I met a lot of interesting people. Matt Mercer, shout out to you.
First convention, newbie, virgin. Go ahead.
Can't help it. I actually decided to get the Ghost Pop. My personal favorite character of Game of Thrones. I love the White Wolf with red eyes. It's really incredible. Decided to get him as my first. I never really increased the collection in Game of Thrones. I just really liked him. The collection that I'm really working on is the Fallout Pops right here. I'm a big fan of Fallout. Love it so much. I can't wait for Fallout 4. The day that I decided to get Fallout 4 was the same day I decided to get a PlayStation 4, and that was a pretty funny day. But I got here the glow in the dark Vault Boy. I actually got that from Hot Topic. It's a Hot Topic exclusive. You might actually be able to buy it on Amazon or whatever, but it's still pretty cool. We have the we have the Vault Boy glow in the dark. It does glow in the dark. I love it very much. The Deathclaw and the Super Mutant I got at the same time. The Feral Ghoul was something that she had gotten me as a surprise gift.
Yep.
You have no idea how hard it was for me to get the Brotherhood of Steel Pop.
Dude,
oh my god.
He is 30 and up on all the websites.
But I managed to get it from GameStop as a pre-order for only $10. So like $10 for one place, $30 for another. Somebody's doing something wrong and somebody's doing something right.
Also, it's mid-October. That is why I'm wearing a Halloween costume.
Of course, and this right here, it may look like a classy businessman suit. I may look like a classy businessman, but really, I'm a splicer from Bioshock, which reminds me, I need to get the Bioshock Pops. The Big Daddy, Little Sister. Oh my
Finish
god, I love it
this
so
thing
much.
first.
I'm sorry.
We became completionists, and we have to finish everything first.
I actually have 3 more pops of the Fallout to get. I have the regular Vault Boy, because you're not a completionist unless you actually get the normal one and the exclusive for pops. And then I have a Lone Wanderer. I'm sorry, the Lone Wanderer male and female. No, I'm not. And then she had gotten the Inside Out pops.
But I don't have them all because of the stupid variant. And you see, with the variant, there is a Glitter Sadness and a Glitter Joy that were available at SDCC.
Not to mention a Clear Bing Bong, which is horrifying because that is signifying Bing Bong's death in Inside Out. By the way, spoilers.
Awesome movie. But the worst one to get, which I will get eventually, who knows when, is Anger with the flames coming out of his head, which I've seen as high as like $100. And as you may or may not know, pops typically retail for 8 to 15 when you buy them normally.
But whenever they're exclusives and they don't really sell as many, the price really goes up. Now, let's go back to Game of Thrones for just a second, because each one of these little pops has their own very individual story. Khal Drogo is the best one for her to tell because I have no idea how she got it.
When we were also at Philly Comic Con this year, 2015, I happened to buy one of the surprise pops that they had, and it was Cal. And then I was like, oh, this is so fun. And I actually tried to find the seller again because they had one more of the surprise pops, but no dice, I did not find them. And that was actually the only pop I bought there because a lot of them were overinflated, and the best price I could find on anything that I couldn't find anywhere else was a pop I didn't really need or want.
Now, the Daenerys was actually one we got from Amazon.com. It was with a mass order that I got for her as her birthday gift. It's a little keychain, actually. If you take a look right here, this is actually a very unique pop to all the other ones that we have because it is a keychain. Isn't that
not want to stay
amazing?
up.
It never really does. Let me just put that right there for now. We also have a Jon Snow pop that she got from eBay.
Yes, I bought a collection of pops from eBay that were extraordinarily right priced or cheap, if you will, because they were out of the package. I do have the Arkham Asylum, you know, Oh my god.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn,
Nurse
thank you. I'm
Harley
losing my
Quinn.
mind. Original Batman 66. We have the X-Men Deadpool, and then we have Luke on Hoth, and he's a bobble.
It's great. It's great. Now the Jon Snow one, we covered all those. Jon Snow, Khal Drogo, Daenerys. This one is our newest Game of Thrones one. It was actually another random pop. I bought it from a GameStop where we live. It's just Sansa Stark whenever she decides to actually be badass, to be general. I actually like this Sansa Stark better than everyone else. But let's go back to the bottom row. I don't know if you can see the bottom row, so maybe I should actually take the camera and put it down here. Okay, there we go. I think that's a good view of the camera. So I'll let her talk for a little bit about them, then I'll try to put it back up. I might drop it a couple times, but go right ahead.
A couple times. Okay, so this is my almost completed collection for American Horror Story. Coven, probably the least popular of all of the American Horror Story seasons, I believe, because Coven had sort of a duality to it. I mean, it was about witches, but it did also have all the voodoo, and that's a little hard for some people to deal with.
The whole witchcraft voodoo thing. Exactly. My personal favorite is the only pop that you don't have out of this collection,
which I will get, and he is a regular, but I think he's a chaser because he's not as easy to find, and a little more expensive. And I do need variants for both Cordelia and her mother Fiona, the bloody variants. And variants are important, as I mentioned, with the Inside Out.
Yes. Now, also, just something that I want to mention that we are doing, just putting little posters up. That's an Inside Out poster. That's a Supernatural poster. Now, on Supernatural, let's go to that one. We only have a couple of Supernatural pops right here, but a couple of my personal favorites. We have Castiel on season 6, I believe.
Where he's playing himself.
He's playing himself, and that was pretty funny. Let's get a good close-up look. That was Robot Devil. We'll go back to him in a minute. Castiel with the big beady eyes that he always has in every episode, apparently. And then we have...
Here's a coffee cup.
Crowley. We have Crowley. Not really a personal favorite of hers. She doesn't really like the actor that much.
I got them for you.
She did get them for me. I love you very much for it. But let's go back to the better
good.
ones.
I just don't like that actor.
I was going to sleep on, but okay.
Okay, sir.
We have Robot Devil.
Present for me. That was actually one of my first
That
pops.
was actually...
I think the first one.
That was actually with the Daenerys call. The
keychain?
Yeah, the keychain. When I got you all those ones. Back to American Horror Story. These are actually 2 Freak Show ones that we got. We got Twisty without the mask. And we have Pepper. Yes.
I'm gonna get all the Freak Shows. This is my this is like one of my new favorites because this is the droid that I was looking for, and he's from the new movie. Look.
Yeah, BB-8. You know what? Honestly, I just gotta have to say something personally about the new Star Wars movies. I hope they're good.
They're gonna be
but
good.
I will say this: they are getting so much money by promoting it before the actual movie comes out. Yeah, well, Disney owns it.
At Disney. We make money.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then these are our newest ones, which are Oliver Queen and Black Canary. From Arrow, which is a definitely guilty pleasure, or maybe just a regular pleasure show at this point. And we met both of these actors, also at Philly.
With that much leather, you know there's going to be a lot of pleasure. Okay, Now let's back up a little bit. I got to turn around.
Wrap this up, sir.
Do we have to wrap this up? I mean, look at you.